What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Red and Gold Standard Podcast. My name is Zach Hernandez, and as always, I am joined by my co-hosts, Matt Llewellyn and Mike Andrews of Nothing But Niners. We got a show for you guys planned for you tonight. Not a great show, but a show recapping the 49ers 13-3 loss on Week 18 versus the Seattle Seahawks. Maybe we'll dip into the Philadelphia wildcard game a little bit towards the end, but before I toss over to my guys, if you're watching on X, do me a solid, hit like and repost. If you're watching on YouTube, do us a solid, hit like, hit subscribe, hop in the chat. We want to hear your guys' thoughts. How are you feeling about this game? How are you feeling about the 49ers moving forward? Now that I got that out of the way, real quick, make sure you subscribe to both 49ers Hive and Nothing But Niners, Nothing But Niners and 49ers Hive. Show some support. Really appreciate it. Matt, how you doing tonight?
Hey, listen, Zach, we're hanging in there, right? That's all I got. That's all I got, man.
Nigel says, we got to recap this game. I hear you. Mike, how you doing?
I'm here, man. I'm here. And I think it's going to be a fun show. Actually, I think it's going to be more fun than what we think. Yeah, the game was terrible and all that, but we knew we were headed to the playoffs, so it's not like the season's over yet. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I've enjoyed the run while it's lasted. So I'm ready to talk about this game and, maybe the season, reflect on the season or something. I don't know, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to say, when we did the preview show, we were all pretty much under the impression no Trent, but Ricky Pearsall is probably going to play. Ricky did not play. We found out 2 hours before kickoff on Saturday that he was not going to go. I was so confident he was going to go. I made him my offensive player of the game prediction. I thought for sure they were going to win because of Ricky. Now he doesn't go. The offense is completely different without him and Trent. And apparently Kyle Shanahan said afterwards he re-aggravated that PCL injury during the week in practice. So it's a crappy situation. It's clearly something that he's trying to play through, but it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Either you play and re-injure it, or you don't play and the team doesn't have you, but you let it heal. Clearly, I think he and the team thought that those 4 weeks that he was out the middle of the year was enough for it to be healthy, to heal. And maybe it would have been had he not gotten a hip drop tackle on it again, so it sucks. But yeah, I mean, with all that said, the 49ers opened up against Seattle. We're not going to do a drive-by-drive, play-by-play, because we all know how this game went. You just tip your hat to Seattle. They got the win. But opening drive, Seattle, goes down the field and 12 plays, 66 yards. They get a 1st and goal at the 49ers 1, and Darnold is sacked for an 11-yard loss. Coverage sack. Tatum Bethune comes in and gets him. I don't know if this is, I'm pretty sure this is the play where he had Charbonnet in the flat for the touchdown, and he just didn't hit it for whatever reason. And then he kind of, did the Darnold happy feet thing and got sacked. They end up going for it on 4th and goal from the 4. And they don't get it. It's an incomplete pass. The 49ers get the ball to start. And my first thought is, oh, crap. McDonald is coaching scared. McDonald didn't take the points. He's going to think maybe they need to win in a shootout. Turns out he just thought we're going to get the ball back in 5 plays anyway, and we'll be near midfield. And boy, was he right. The 49ers go 3 and out, 2-yard run, 5-yard pass, and then an incomplete pass. And not only do they punt to midfield, but there's a face mask penalty on the 49ers. So they add 15 yards onto that, and they get the ball at the 49ers 35-yard line to start. Was 3 plays later, they're in the end zone with a 27-yard touchdown run by Charbonnet. The 49ers get the ball back and then again go 3 and out. 7-0. How you guys feeling at this point when it's 7-0? The 49ers first 2 drives are 3 and outs.
I'm going to be honest. I was working, so I'm glad I missed this entire debacle.
That's right. Yeah.
No.
I watched highlights, but that's about it. I say highlights very loosely.
The lights. You watch the lights.
Yeah.
The lights, yeah. Not many highs for either team, if I'm being honest in there, unless you're a defensive guy. But even that, we couldn't hang our hat on. Anyways, I'm watching, and I'm like, it's just one score. And immediately reminded me, not because of who we ended up facing, but in the moment, I said it, we've seen slow starts by this team. We did it against the Eagles also, where they drove down the field twice, they scored. So with this team, they were in scoring position twice their first 2 drives. We went 3 and out the first 2 times, and then we get the Brandon Ayuk touchdown against Philly, and all of a sudden it's a 1-possession game, and then that's when we kind of flipped the switch. So I was hoping for some magic like that, but it never really happened.
Sorry, I missed that first half. I was reading the comment. Did you say it reminded you of the Philly game from a couple years back?
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Like, oh my God, they're marching up and down the field on us. Like,
yes.
We got to make some adjustments, though. I had confidence that we would make the adjustments.
The first quarter in that game, the Philadelphia Eagles had like 148 yards and the Niners had like 6, right? We had like 3 or 4 3-and-outs, and that was it. But it was a 6-0 game, and that's kind of how I felt Saturday night. It's like, okay, as bad as this game went, it's a 7-0 game. Like, the 49ers are still in it. They still have a shot to get things going. And they at least picked up a first down, because after that, they went 3 and out. Seattle got the ball, went 10 plays, 53 yards, and their kicker doinked a 47-yarder. Was this the one that... No. Sorry, he didn't doink this one. He doinked the next one. He missed this one. It was just wide right from 47 yards out. The 49ers took over on downs, or at the spot, and they went a couple yards. I mean, 6-yard pass to Kittle, 9-yard pass to McCaffrey, got the first down. Jennings stuffed for a -1 yard, and then Jennings for an incomplete pass. And on 3rd and 11, Purdy gets 10 yards, and this is the play I want to talk to you guys on, because I'm not doing full play-by-play. 4th and 1 at the Seattle 39. Kyle goes for it, and I think we're all thinking QB sneak, because Purdy's like, I don't know, 888 for 888 on QB sneaks on 4th and 1. But he drops back, and it's like some weird like play action rollout, and immediately, if I remember correctly, McKivitz gets smoked, and DeMarcus Lawrence is in Purdy's lap within like a 1.5 seconds, and Purdy's forced to like throw it. It's no chance of being completed. Mike, what were your thoughts on that 4th down play? Were you surprised they didn't sneak it?
So I was surprised they didn't sneak it, but before it was even 4th and 1, I was pissed. So the play before that, no, on 2nd down, I believe, was when Purdy scrambled.
Yeah.
Right? Or they might have counted it as a sack or something like that, right? So
no, it was, 2nd down is incomplete pass to Jennings, and then on 3rd and 11, he scrambled for 10 yards.
So what happened on 1st down?
Jennings caught a pass, but then got pushed out of bounds for a 1-yard loss.
Oh, maybe it wasn't this one then. Maybe it wasn't this one then. But okay, but yeah, so 4th and 1, then I am definitely thinking like, yeah, we got to like run it up the middle, like we could do this here. But nope, not Kyle. And this is when I know that there's certain defensive coordinators that are just in Kyle Shanahan's head. When he like just breaks his stride, and I was like, all right, come on, Kyle, like you gotta shake this off, man. Like, let's go.
Here's the thing, though, because I went back and like watched some of the stuff, and on this play in particular, if you look at the all 22, like Sky Moore is wide open for a walk-in touchdown, and you can say like Kyle did this and that, but McKivitz absolutely did not block his guy, got smoked immediately, and then Christian McCaffrey like didn't get a correct chip on the guy right afterwards. So guy went through 2 dudes to sit in Purdy's lap, and Purdy didn't have enough time to identify that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, so to me, it's not necessarily the call, the play. Like every time the 49ers lose and the offense doesn't do well, people want to shit on Kyle, but the players got to fucking execute sometimes. I'm not going to let the players get away with this shit. Because when one guy goes through 2 dudes to get to the quarterback, that's a failure on those 2 guys. And I don't want to hear about the play call at that point, because how do you know if the play call was good or bad, because they didn't execute it at all? You know,
I have the all 22 here if you guys want to see it.
Yeah, this was like a straight up coverage bust. Purdy gets more than 1 second. Like nobody follows Moore out. Look. Tariq Woolen just lets him go, and the safety's up playing the middle of the field. He's wide ass open for a touchdown. But by this time, he's already in Purdy's lap, and Purdy can't get that off. That's a walk-in touchdown.
That's a really good play design by Kyle. I mean, when you look at it like that, because 27.
Well,
or
look,
who
there's
was at the
multiple
bottom of
people
the
open
screen.
on this play.
But he has to commit to. He sees the tight end
Right.
breaking off, so like he
Yep.
stops right there.
But like
he
it's a
has no
4th and
choice.
1. Stop right here.
So now
there's 3
the
guys
safety has
wide
to
ass
commit
open.
to one guy. Yeah,
There's 3 guys wide ass open. So to me, that's not a play call issue. That's an execution issue.
for sure. But I think what Zach was asking was, did we expect the sneak? And I did. When it wasn't
go
the
back
sneak,
to
and I
the
was
go
like,
back
oh,
to the
man,
line
he
of
got
scrimmage.
cute.
Go back to the beginning. I mean,
They only got 4
it's
down linemen.
It's a pretty long 1 yard. It's not like the 4th and 1, and it's like really like half a yard or whatever. This is like a full yard.
So you got to get to the 42.
And like the way that look at Seattle push up.
It's
the
like
middle.
a yard and a half.
Yeah, and so they're actually trying to get pushed up the middle, expecting it. I feel like.
Look at the
so like
you're right though. That was a very good play design. Very very good.
Yeah,
play
so
design
like
by
this is why I'm just like, look. Sometimes yes, it is Kyle, but also sometimes it's the execution. And I don't want to take anything away from Mike McDonald because everything I saw was him, like all of his DBs in between the numbers, like keeping everything in front of them. Like even here, like Tariq Woolen, I don't know what he's doing, but before he like falls off and does absolutely nothing, like all of the defenders are inside the numbers. They all drop and they're all inside. They're like, we're gonna keep everything in front of us. Like you can beat us by checkdowns if you can, and that's what they were trying to do. They didn't want to give up anything intermediate in the middle of the field, which is where Brock Purdy eats. And sometimes that's just good play design. And when you don't have Ricky Pearsall, who other than it's a coverage bust, right? That's why you have Sky Moore in there because he's fast. But who's going to beat him deep? They're not worried about Jawan Jennings running up the sideline. They can keep him in single coverage and cover that.
He's
it's
wide
why I thought
the fuck open.
It's why I thought when Jawan Jennings was like Jet, like tried to nickname himself Jet. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? You're slow.
Yeah.
So.
There was unfortunate because I do think that if that line holds up, it's at least a first down, if not a touchdown, right? Like even if Purdy doesn't have enough time to hit
to
Sky
get it
Moore,
to Moore, I know
Kittle's open for 20 yards, So I don't know. And also, is that Purdy being indecisive? I understand that it's easy to say on the screenshot game where you're not, it's a second and a half.
Well, I don't know.
Slow down,
if you go back to it, go back to it. Like bring it back up. I want to see that again.
Because even when he's at the top of his drop, Kittle's looking back, Moore is looking back. Let me change the playback speed to 0.75. I mean, how many times have we seen him get this ball out now?
He's not even at it. Yeah, but he's not even at his drop yet. You got to wait until he's at his drop. So there's where his drop would be. But like, the dude's already in his face. Yeah, because he can't step into that throw with Lawrence right there. And part of this too is the limitation of Purdy, right? Because he doesn't have so a stronger arm quarterback like a Josh Allen or somebody like that wouldn't have to hitch to get that throw off. He's thrown off his back foot and it has enough to get there, but Purdy doesn't have that. So he needs to get that drop and then get that hitch so he can step into the throw. But with Lawrence, especially Lawrence low like that, he's not going to.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, both McKivitz and McCaffrey whiffed on this. McKivitz gets thrown to the ground like a rag doll, and McCaffrey gets tossed to the side. I mean, he doesn't even really stumble. He stays up on all fours and is able to get back up within half a second and be right in Purdy's face. So,
Trey area, you can say that's you could say he hitched twice. He didn't hitch twice. He drifted because as soon as he hit the bottom of his drop, he has to hitch forward and step into that throw. Lawrence is right there. Lawrence is going to hit him before he gets that throw off.
And to Matt's point, this offense is all about timing. When the ball's supposed to come out based off of when the receivers turn around. Look at this. Right there. Boom. They're all turning and looking right there. So even Moore was looking. Yeah, and Lawrence was already there. So you can tell that this was all about bad blocking assignments.
Go back to the snap and play it at full speed. I mean, that's less than 3 seconds to like get that out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like with a play action, right? If it's a straight drop back, maybe he can get that off. But now I will say that this is something
7-8 step drop is crazy.
This is something that So this is something that
on
JT
4th and
O'Sullivan.
1, that's still crazy, bro.
JT O'Sullivan hits on this all the time. Why are you doing 7 steps from under center? That
right.
is a Kyle
then just
Shanahan
take it in
issue.
shotgun, bro. You can still do a play action from shotgun.
Right.
I get it, like you don't want to turn your back, but come on, man. Like
I think
it didn't have to be a 7-step drop.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. If you're going to do a
Especially
pass
knowing
there,
the line is having trouble holding up.
well,
Like
right.
If you do play action or if you do shotgun, then you take the sneak.
The sneak
potential
away.
sneak
Yeah, but
out
it
of
was.
Yeah.
It's not like they had 8 men at the line, so it was only 4. It was only 4 down linemen.
Right.
Then they had.
It's more than 7 steps because when he hit the 7th step, he had to drift back because I can't. I can't explain it any clearer. You
1, 2,
see what
3,
you
4,
want to
5,
see,
6, 7, and then he steps back.
and then he steps back. Right. Because Lawrence is right there. Because he would have to, when he gets to the bottom of a 7-step drop, would have to hitch and step into a throw, which means he's moving back forward. 7-step drop means that your back foot hits on the 7th step. It doesn't mean like that 7 steps to throw. Because then he has to move his body forward and step to the throw because he doesn't have the arm. That's where the play call design gets a little bit bad, but because I think you have to account for the whole, Purdy doesn't have Purdy has the weakest starting quarterback arm in the NFL. That's what you have to account for.
I will say that though, throughout the last couple of games, his arm has looked stronger. He's throwing the ball with more velocity on it lately. And I don't know if that's just me missing him or whatever it is, but
you know what I really dislike
different.
that I've seen the last couple of games? I don't like that goddamn jump throw. I hate it so much.
So does Kyle, by the way. So does Kyle. The team tried to edit that from a couple of weeks ago. He's like, Purdy with that damn jump throw again. And then
he's like that Michael Jordan shit. And it's like, he was not happy. And people were trying to tell me, no, he sounds like he's happy. I'm like, no, he doesn't.
No, so the reason why they're telling you that, there was 2 edits of that. So the first one that they released, he was like, there he is with that damn Michael Jordan jump throw again. Fuck. And like the next edit that they dropped, it was from another play where he's like, yeah, come on, Purdy. Keep balling or something like that. So then they put it, there's Purdy with that damn jump throw. Come on, Purdy, keep balling. Like they cut the film. And you can tell if you watch that one that's still out there, he's at a completely different part of the field and everything. Like he's facing a different way. It's funny, but they tried to clean it up afterwards.
Yeah, for sure.
We got a super chat from Sean. Turdy played like crap that game. Stank.
Again,
I don't know that
I don't like
Purdy
this
played
either.
terrible in this game.
Yeah.
Right.
They had no help. Not to like come out here and be Mr. Excuse for Brock Purdy, but nobody played great. He probably played the best of everybody out there.
His completion percentage was high until he had to start trying to make throws at the end of the game because they were in position. Yeah. Like it was Brock Purdy's fault that the lineman tipped his pass and then Christian McCaffrey handed it right off to the linebacker when they were going in for a touchdown. I don't think so. Right. I think that, why don't you go look at Christian McCaffrey's 8 carries for 23 yards if you want to say people stunk it up. What I would say is don't look at the skill position players or the main guys that have been playing well. Look at the offensive line that, again, weren't people hyping them up like, oh, they're like
top ranked.
Top ranked line.
They were playing really good. They were playing really well up until this game.
Apparently they saw the
last half of
and
the
then they
season.
were like, oh shit, we're good.
And that's why I wanted to get a loss out the way before going into the playoffs. I've been saying this forever.
I will also say as well, you have to tip your hat to Mike McDonald, who called a hell of a defensive game.
For sure.
It's not like the Seattle defense was trash all year and then the 49ers played bad. The Seahawks have one of the all year. They're number 2 in the NFL in defense. Behind Houston, who also made the 49ers look like. So, the 2 worst games the Niners have played have been against the 2 best defense. They're missing the guy. They're missing the guy that they paid $40 million or $30 million a year to, and their other first-round wide receiver who can't stay healthy, and Trent Williams
the left tackle
on the field.
Yeah, it really makes me realize
you're running out Jawan Jennings and a bunch of cast-offs.
Jawan Jennings, Demarcus Robinson, and
Kendrick
Bourne as your top 3 wide receivers.
Like
this game made me realize how much you need receivers that can create separation quick and early. Like it was never more evident than this game right here. And so, Kyle, I see it here. Thomas Huxley, thanks for the super chat. Right? He says Kyle called plays like a punk. I think he was kind of working with what he had, and then that's not a cop out, but
I'm gonna ask a question to the chat because I think this is important. If the defense is daring you to beat them outside of the numbers and you don't have anybody that can run deep, and they're taking away the intermediate stuff, what are you going to call? You're going to call underneath stuff, which is exactly what Kyle. You're going to put it in their hands with space, and you're going to hope McCaffrey or Jennings or somebody can break some tackles. Like, what do you want him to do? You want him to like take a shot and be like, let's just run a 20-yard dig over the middle into 4 guys and see what happens. Like, no, there has to be a certain level of we have to take what the defense is giving us and understand that, guys, this game to me should have solidified Kyle Shanahan as coach of the year. Because if this didn't let you know that the 49ers are working with spare parts, I don't know what will. And the fact that they have 12 wins and they're in the playoffs, like they're punching above their weight. The fact that they're in the playoffs is incredible. They should have been a losing record team with as many injuries that they had.
You
Purdy
talked
only
about
played,
them.
9 games?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bosa played 2, and he's still third on the team in sacks.
You talked about how Mike McDonald, how he dared him to throw outside. Another thing that he was just refusing to fall victim to, he wasn't going to put his linebackers in. You know how Kyle makes linebackers move with the Kyle Juszczyk motion or Christian McCaffrey? They weren't moving at all. They planted their feet and said, fuck that. We're going to stay right here, and then we're going to do what we got to do. He was not doing any of that. All that motion shit the Niners were doing, they were wasting their time. It did not matter.
Yep.
Those linebackers were not moving.
Yeah,
Because if you watch that Chicago game, that's how he created space.
They moved. Exactly.
Yep.
And he probably watched that Chicago tape. Like, he just had tape of 42 49ers points and exactly what they wanted to do. And then no Ricky Pearsall and no Trent Williams, right? Because Ricky Pearsall at least can cook somebody on a route. And then you're like, okay, well, if Pearsall's getting open and he's starting to eat early, now maybe you shift the linebackers because you have to try to take him away. And then that opens up stuff for everybody else. But they didn't even have that. Like, are you scared of Jennings on the outside? Absolutely not. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about a 4.71 guy on the outside unless his name is Jerry Rice.
And that's what I've been telling people all along. We got another one here from Sean. He says he has a stronger arm than bounce pass Mullins.
Oh, Noodle
I don't
Nick?
even know if Mullins is still in the league. Is he still in the league?
He is with the Jags.
He's a backup.
And then he's back at you. He says, "Come on, Matt." Oh, sorry, I'm looking ahead in the chat. My bad.
No, it's all right.
He says, "Come on, Matt. Deep every time. Stop playing checkers."
See, but this is the thing. Like, with the lack of speed at the wide receiver spot, let's just say you run Jennings on a 9, right? And you have the safety who's drifting back, but like he's inside the numbers. I feel like their safety can turn and get there. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like the corner's going to be with Jennings, like right in his pocket. Jennings is not outrunning anybody. Jennings gets open through zone. Like against man coverage, Jennings never open.
Right. There's one more comment I want us to get to before we move on because you're talking about people getting open. It's at 7:26. So like right at the start of the show, it's like 4th or 5th from AAA. Oh wait, not that one. Hold on, where is it? Yeah, you got to get all the way back up there. 7:26 your time. Yeah. It's from Bobo Harris. Yep, that's it. Yep. Do you guys think Jacob Cowing was really hurt, or was he just in Kyle's doghouse? This, like, him all of a sudden being
I can answer that.
Practice window being open. This tells me that Kyle was like, "Holy shit, we need speed," and it tells me Ricky Pearsall is probably not playing this game again. Well,
I think he was really hurt, but I also, Mike, we talked about this during the season. Who do you deactivate? Right. Before we found out about Ayuk going AWOL and going to who the fuck knows where.
And he wasn't even on the roster, so it wasn't him.
He wasn't. So we were talking about who gets deactivated in order to put Cowing or Ayuk. It's not Ricky, because he was healthy at the time. It's not DeMarcus Robinson. It's not Kendrick Bourne. It's not Sky Moore, because he does kicks.
It's not Jawan Jennings, because he's
your leading receiver. It's not Jawan Jennings.
Yeah, so what are you going to do? It was
Carry
tough.
a 7th receiver?
Tough. Right, drop a lineman.
But what are we still even talking about? This guy has like 4 career catches.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that I think what he's getting at is that we could have used some speed or someone who at least knows the playbook better than, a Sky
I mean,
Moore or something. You know what I mean? So,
I mean, yeah, I guess, but what is he really offering though? Like, I don't care if
we
you
won't
know
know
the
until he
playbook.
gets more targets.
I don't care if you know the playbook if your entire route tree is a fucking 9 route. Who gives a shit? Like, you tell Sky Moore out there, fucking go. Like, you draw that shit in your palm and be like, this is the route you're running. Just run that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's all you got to do. It's not like wide receiver. It's not like you're the quarterback. Like, this know the playbook shit. Like, you don't need to know the playbook as a wide receiver.
Know
you
your
need to know
job.
what your fucking route is on the play.
Right.
It's actually
Or
more
who you're blocking.
complicated for wide receivers on a running play because you have to know where you're going to block.
Right.
If I tell you, like, maybe a choice route is probably the worst thing. Like, oh, this is the most. But if the play is like whatever, and you're supposed to be running a slant, you're running a slant. Like, I don't see where the difficulty is in that. And they number them. It's like, that's why you have the X, Y, whatever, spider 2Y banana. You know what I mean? Like, okay.
Yeah. I think that it's clear, Mike. Unfortunately, it looks like Ricky won't go this week. They're activating Jacob Cowing. He's going to practice for the first time tomorrow. Maybe they could use him during Sunday. Yeah, Sunday's game. But like Matt said, what has he done? Like, there's nothing that he's done.
I don't know that I agree with that because there's people that they're putting on IR though, right? Like, there's people that they're taking off the roster. Like, Bethune's gone, and I know they're bringing in Kazir White, but there's other guys that have been injured as well, right? Like, what's Gifford's injury? Is Gifford out?
They're all, who knows, evaluated later in the week. We haven't really gotten
Which is weird because it's Tuesday. They should be practicing. Unless they're not going to practice for the Eagles.
Yeah, you would think. Right.
Because they're going to fly out on Friday, right? Like Friday night. They're going to fly
I hope
out.
they come out Friday night. Yeah. I know that the team is
they'll
doing
fly
their,
out Friday night. They'll do a walkthrough Saturday, and then Sunday's game day.
And then
That's
there's
always
a comment
how
at
it goes.
7:58 by the 1. And he says, mind-boggling, why Kyle can't do that just to back the defense up. Damn stubborn. And I was saying it the whole time. I was like, look, you just got to throw something deep and outside just to make them back up. I don't care if it's incomplete. I don't even care if it's intercepted. Let them know it's going to be in your bag. Like, try to make them respect it. Now, if Purdy doesn't get hit on that play, this was early enough in the game where it's like, all right, shit, maybe we got to be careful, guys. Like, that was a really bad blown coverage. And then all of a sudden it changes how the whole secondary thinks and processes things. And it makes Woolen way more nervous, right?
I'm going to ask you a question, though. I'm going to ask you guys a question. I know the scuttlebutt around the league was that the 49ers are like this really good pass blocking unit. And if y'all were David Lombardi, you'd be like, yeah, they're the best. But you guys watch the games. How do you feel like the line has done overall? Probably
the last
not that
couple
great,
of weeks,
right?
Pass blocking?
No, the last couple of weeks, I think they've been above average. I think they've been above average in their pass blocking.
Okay, so take out the Bears, who really don't have a pass rusher, by the way, anyway, whose claim to fame is a lot of turnovers. So take out the Bears, who they played the 2 weeks before that.
I think I'll give you a specific team. I think they did good against the pass rush of the Browns, and the Browns have a really good pass rush. And I'm not just talking about Myles Garrett. He did get a sack in that game, right? But
sure.
I didn't see him close to Purdy for most of it. I think he hit him one other time, and that was like right after he got rid of the ball. I think that they know how to neutralize a pass rush as much as possible. I don't think any of them are overly physically gifted or anything like that, but they know how to get the job done.
But
I guess basically what I'm saying is I'm talking about, so you could throw the Browns out there, but I mean, I don't want to give the Browns too much credit. They were like a fucking 3-win team. You know what I mean? So you're talking, yes, they have a fantastic pass rusher. Is their defense great? I don't think so.
They have a top 10 ranked defense, to be fair.
Is it top 10? Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
That defense was a lot better than what people thought it was going to be this year, especially with how much offense they didn't have.
Well, I mean, given the time of possession, the 49ers didn't score a ton of points. But then who they have after that? Tennessee? Indianapolis, who started 7-2 and finished 7-10. Like, what are we talking about here? So they played some fucking bums and pumped it up, but we all know, right? Do you think that does Spencer Burford give you confidence?
Yes,
does Colt
like
McKivitz give you does Colt McKivitz give you confidence?
When Trent
Colt
is out
McKivitz
there,
should have been a Pro
the
Bowler
line
this
is
year.
okay. When Trent is out there, I think the line is actually okay.
Come on, guys, be real. Be real. Stop, Zach. You know better.
You don't
than
think
that.
Trent being out makes the line worse?
No. What are we talking about here? It's not just Trent.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
but him
Trent-
being there makes everything else better.
No. Stop.
Yeah,
stop.
Trent makes the
We
guard
just-
next to him better too.
Hold on. We just brought up a play where two dudes failed to block, and would Trent Williams being in the game have fixed that at all? No.
That
It was on the
specific
complete
play,
opposite
no.
side of the ball. Right. What I'm saying is, take Trent Williams out of it, who played like shit at the beginning of the season, but rounded into form. Great. We've been talking, Zach, for 3 years now that the 49ers need to fix this offensive line. So
Only
we can't.
3?
I'm not going to allow you guys to sit here and just say and pump it up the last 3 games they played above their weight and say this is a good offensive line.
Nobody's saying that, but we were saying they had been playing well as a unit.
Right.
Sure,
You asked
consider the opponent. Sure, I get that.
Right.
Take it all with a grain of salt. But as a unit, since Purdy returned, they had been playing well.
Well, is that Purdy? Is that
Yeah,
whatever else?
yeah, it's definitely
Okay.
a little bit of Purdy because
But
the pressures
again,
were there, but he's able
again,
to evade it.
As a whole, what caliber of teams were they playing? That's because that's important.
But that's also not. I mean, we can't change who we're playing on the season. We can only evaluate
but
based
I'm
off what we've seen.
no. But here's what I'm saying is the whole point that I'm trying to get at is, at least I know, I'm not sure about you guys anymore, but this line is not good. And
The
I don't give a
Giants,
fuck how they played.
The
last
Giants
couple
have a
games.
good defensive line also, and they did really well against the Giants. And they were healthy. They did really well against that Giants defensive line,
Okay, but
running and passing.
so then let's not fix the line then. So line's not an issue then, yeah? Line's good?
I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I said
Line-
two
okay,
things.
okay.
They're above average, and then you asked how they were protecting, and I said the protection's been decent.
Right. And I'm saying a blind squirrel will find a nut occasionally.
Well, they
I'm
found a lot
saying
of
much
nuts
like
this season.
every other position on this team, Kyle Shanahan has coached them up to a point where they're playing above their weight. And when they go against a real fucking defense, like they did against Houston, where they look like absolute dog shit,
Houston,
and Seattle,
the second
where they
Rams
look like
game,
absolute dog
Seattle.
shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm saying, why does Mike McDonald give a fuck about them throwing deep? Because he knows that line is not going to hold up against his defense. He knows that Byron Murphy is going to blow that shit up real quick. That was the entire point. You got real pass rushers all across that defensive line. It's not just Byron Murphy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like this is more what I'm talking about. It's not one guy like Myles Garrett. It's not, okay or bad teams like the Titans or the Colts. It's not even like, oh, the Giants have pass rushers, but like they're so fucking terrible everywhere else. I mean, this was a game that like this was after they lost Malik Neighbors. This was after they lost Cam Scatterbo too. Right? Didn't he break his leg
Correct.
before he got to
Pretty
us?
sure,
Correct.
yeah.
Yeah. It was like
Okay,
the
so
week
like
before
what are they
yeah.
working with? Because like time of possession is going to be like, to the point where you don't have to extend yourself. And by the way, those teams weren't in the secondary taking away the things the 49ers like to do. When Mike McDonald stacks the middle of the field with DBs and linebackers and said beat us outside, knowing that the pass rush is not going to hold up like that, that changes the game. This is like, it's different degrees. Right.
For
Mike
sure.
McDonald's is a step above. And this is, by the way, why this goes back to when he was in Baltimore and Purdy had that bad game. This goes to the Steve Spagnuolos who take away. The best defensive coordinators are like, I don't give a fuck if you beat me outside, I'm gonna clap my hands. Good for you. Good for you. You did it. I'm gonna let you do that because I don't think you can. And you have to prove it before I'm gonna do anything. Everybody else is just like, we're going to play our defense because our defense is good enough that we, you know what I mean? It's that hubris where they're like, no, we got the personnel. We'll take care of it. And they don't. They let the 49ers get off. And by the time they even blink, it's like, oh, they have 17 points. Like we didn't even know what happened. This is where I'm saying it's the offensive line got exposed and everybody knows how bad they are now because somebody actually took advantage and was like, no, we'll let you do this thing. I don't think you can hold up to let these deep shots develop, especially with Purdy, who has to get back there, by the way, probably has to do 7-step drops so that he can get the ball over the line so that it's not batted down, right? He needs the depth and also has to step into the throw because he doesn't have the arm, which means that's going to take longer to develop. And you have slow wide receivers that I'm not worried about my DBs getting beat one-on-one. Like I'll bracket coverage to the one guy, Sky Moore, which you kind of saw there, like when Woolen dropped off, the safety was supposed to pick up Sky Moore, and he bit on the Kittle stuff. And Woolen was confused because he had two guys, right? So that was a great play design because they got people open in space. But the safety was supposed to stick with Moore. You could see it too because he all of a sudden he bailed on the underneath. He was like, "Oh shit!" When he saw Sky Moore run past him, he's like, "Oh no," So this is kind of where I'm at with that. The line is trash, and they got exposed. So like, why would if I'm a defensive coordinator with the horses, number 2 defense, I'm not worried about guys beating me deep.
Well, that's the good thing about this playoffs is that unless we have to cross paths with them again, we got a shot in all the games that we go in. I don't want to get too far sidetracked.
I think they will. I think if the Niners manage to scrape up a win somehow, Patullo or whatever the fuck the Eagles offensive coordinator cans them in, which Eagles fans are telling me they think he will.
Well,
I think I don't want to get too ahead, but I think if the Niners win, I think the Rams win, but I also think
but here's the
Packers
thing.
might win.
Yeah, that's the only way. So the only way that we would
Packers
play
have to win. Yeah,
Seattle in the second round is if we win and the
Oh,
Packers
you're right.
the Packers,
The Bears
the Packers
win.
lose.
The Bears have to win.
Yeah,
if
you're
the
right,
Packers
you're right.
win, which is totally doable.
Yeah.
Then Green Bay would go to Seattle, and then we would go to the next highest seed, who would probably be the Rams at that point, right?
Yep.
Because
go
we
to
would
LA.
be 3. Chicago's 2, they'd be gone, and then I mean, let's be real. Carolina's not beating the Rams twice in a season. There's no way. I expect that game to be an absolute blowout.
They're favored by 10.
And by the way, I don't mean to sound I'm not salty with you guys, by the way. I'm salty at the perception that this line that I've been saying is trash for years is all of a sudden good because it's fucking not.
Well,
they've had like a good month and a half. But
Right.
that's the 49ers have had a good month and a half. That's why they won 5 or 6 games in a row, whatever it was before the Seahawks game.
But I think that's what Mike and I aren't saying. Don't change anything. This line's great moving forward. They had been playing well for the past, the last quarter of the season.
I know, but I'm trying to give an example, and I felt like you guys were kind of purposefully being a little obtuse about it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I was just
like you guys were playing devil's advocate.
I know what
just like because I was like, nobody thinks this line is good, right? And then everybody, well, they've been playing good. Like I'm on the whole, nobody thinks this line is a good offensive line. Nobody's going to want to let this line rock for the next 3 years.
No, but I think
we all want to go into the offseason being like, let's replace this. Like,
I think
you want to
unfortunately
replace
they
Jake
played
Brendel, right?
well enough to where they're not going to do many replacements. I think they played well enough to fool coaches into thinking we can run it back.
Discussion. That's a different discussion. I'm saying I don't want to run it back because we've been talking for years how we don't want to run it back, and we seem to fucking do it every year. Yeah. At least not put any appreciable assets into the offensive line.
I will say though, this is the only way. Real quick, Mike. Sorry. You did mention the Houston game, but that was like, 10 weeks ago at this point? Mm-hmm. That's the way to test it. And I get it. You didn't have Trent, but it's like the rest of the line didn't hold up. So now they know moving forward, that game plan isn't going to work against elite defenses. And I think the caveat here is a defense that can get home with only 4. Because then they can drop 7 back and they don't have to bring blitzes to where you can find the empty area, find the open target. They can just rush 4 and force you to try and beat 7 men in the box. Like, good luck. That's what I think is the 49ers' weakness.
Well, and here's the thing. Even if you know that people want to do that to you, the 49ers don't have the personnel to do anything about it. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest issue. And that's why I think Kyle should be coach of the year. The fact that this team has 12 wins. And I mean, this was a pretty bad exposure. And I don't feel like the Eagles would have too much of a problem trying to replicate that. They have good defenders too.
They do.
Maybe they're not to the extent that
just a tinge below. At least when it comes to like these rankings and whatnot, these grades and whatnot, however much you take from them, right? If you go by that, the Eagles are just like 2 to 3 spots below Seattle, which, hey, the 49ers were kind of hanging in there up until Christian McCaffrey decided to gift the linebacker the ball. And I said this to you guys.
They're 5th in scoring defense.
I think Seattle's like 2, right?
Seattle's 1.
1. So they're just a tinge better.
Right.
But if that was the other way around, and if Tatum Bethune or D Winters were right up on Zach Charbonnet and he bobbled the pass, we probably would have bobbled it right back to the running back and allowed him to get into the end zone. Like, do you guys realize the amount of luck and like just happenstance that not only was the linebacker in Christian McCaffrey's pocket, but he had the wherewithal to have his hands up for the ball, catch the ball, get both feet in, and then run and go out of bounds. Like,
that's the worst part, is that he didn't even have his hands up for the ball. It like,
well, they were just
literally
there.
just
They
fell
were just
into his
there.
lap. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just right there. It fell into his lap.
it's like one of those
it was
Madden
terrible.
catches where the receiver's running and the ball just pops into their arm. Like he doesn't even. That's exactly
Yeah.
what it was like. It's like, are you
glitched right
fucking
into his
kidding
arms.
me?
Yep.
That was when I knew there was no chance that I was winning this
But I
game.
mean,
Yeah.
you know, there are other ways that we could look at it too, though, right? Because I feel like on that first drive on the 4th down play, that Renardo Green probably should have been flagged. You know, like he completely cut the receiver off and like actually hit him out of his route. You got the 2 missed field goals. Like that doesn't always happen, right? So then instead of
Kinda
7-0
happens this year against
maybe
the Niners.
maybe yeah, but 2 straight, and especially like from, you know,
It was weird. It was definitely weird.
Right.
I mean, there were gifts. That's what I'm saying. Like there were opportunities for them to get in this game. They just couldn't capitalize on them.
I mean, go back to the Cleveland
Darnold fumbling.
game. Go back to the Cleveland game from 23 and last year against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? That happens to the 49ers with Jake Moody. And what do we all want? We all want to kill a motherfucker because that's not what's supposed to happen. That's where I'm saying, like, we should have beat Cleveland. We should have beat Tampa Bay. We had plenty of opportunities for both, right? You know, and it just didn't happen or whatever, you know. Or well, I think we won the Tampa Bay game, but it should have been much more comfortable.
Yeah, we did with like 3 missed kicks. Mike, you have something to say, then we're gonna get some super chats.
Well, all I want, before we get to the super chats, was there any other drive that you wanted to highlight before we wrap up that?
By the way, I like this too.
part of the
A
game?
missed field goal got John Harbaugh fired today.
That's
Right.
fucking crazy, by the way. I
Did you
not see
did
that
you
coming.
see that picture where it was like,
Yeah, where it's
Yes.
like Mike Tomlin fired in
Yeah.
between the uprights and then Harbaugh fired. Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
the other drive I wanted to get to is the interception drive, because that was the one drive where I felt like the 49ers finally got something going. But let's get into these super chats first, then we'll get into them. Let's see. Sean with his, third or fourth? Matt obviously can't see Cowing and Sky's skills. And I'm pretty sure this is a sarcastic comment.
No,
I
for
know.
sure,
I know. They run fast, baby. That's it.
Great Fox, thank you very much, Great Fox. Hey, fellas, I'm in the minority, but I want Saleh to get a head coaching job so we can hire Jim Schwartz. He and Kyle were talking quite a bit after the Browns game, just saying. That would be a great hire. I mean, I don't know if they're willing to
that
hire.
Gus Bradley is still on the
Right.
roster.
I was going to
Gus
say, I don't know
Bradley
if they'd
will
be
the
willing
next
to
DC.
not give it to Gus Bradley. It seems like he's being groomed to take over. But if they were to hire somebody from outside, Schwartz, maybe you could pull Spagnuolo away finally, maybe.
Did
Probably
Schwartz
not.
get fired?
Well, they fired the whole coaching staff, so unless the new one retains him.
I don't know that they fired
They
the whole
fired
coaching staff.
Stefanski.
Typically, when you fire a head coach, like the staff goes unless the new coach retains.
Well, to your point, though, if the Browns had a top 10 defense, maybe you keep fucking Jim Schwartz.
I'm sure they
Right.
will, honestly.
You know
I'm
what
sure
I
they
mean?
will.
Like that's
But
you know.
maybe he has the choice. I don't know. He isn't. Maybe
Because-
not if he's under contract. I don't know how that works.
You
I don't know
produce
if
the
you
NFL
guys-
sack leader.
Yeah.
They might want to keep him.
Of all time, yeah.
I don't know if you guys know this, but did you? Well, maybe you guys do know this. Did you guys know that Jim Tomsula coached a game for the 49ers in 2010? Head coach? Yeah.
The last game
In
of the year
2010.
against the Cardinals.
Right.
Was that
Who
when?
was the coach got fired? Who was the coach that got fired?
It was Mike Nolan. Oh no,
Mike Singletary.
Mike Singletary.
Oh,
Correct.
oh.
Now, you go through the entire Harbaugh regime. Now, who's the head coach after
Tom
Harbaugh?
Sula was still here.
Exactly.
Chip Kelly.
So,
Well,
exactly.
Tom Sula and then Chip Kelly. Yeah, but
Right.
Tom Sula
So-
stayed on the roster. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the whole point. You don't always get rid of people just because the head coach gets flushed out.
Right. If the new coach decides to retain you, you get
Exactly.
retained.
And if you have a top 10 defense, and I know that Jim Schwartz is well respected around the league, I'm like, maybe I just keep that guy around.
Yeah.
I think they want an offensive guy, but if they were smart, they would just promote him. Even though I don't think it went well the past 2 times.
No, you don't want him to be a head coach again.
No, you don't think so?
He is Wade Phillips. No, keep him as a coordinator.
There
Let
are
him do
guys
his
that
job.
are right. Like, you know, we're talking about
Fangio.
maybe Drake May being MVP. Why? Because Josh McDaniels is there doing his offense.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah,
That's
a good point.
like Steve Spagnuolo's never going to take another head coaching job. Why? Because he's a defensive coordinator. That's kind of how I like. I think Saleh could be a good head coach.
I knew
he
that's
just
where you were going.
can't do it for a shit organization like the Jets.
Yeah.
But there are other guys where you look at it and you're just like, yeah, no, I don't think so. Like Dennis Allen probably should never have a head coaching job again.
Well, that's why with Saleh, he's the betting favorite to be the Browns' next head coach, which I find really weird. You probably if he gets another head coaching gig and is fired in 2 to 3 years, will he ever get another opportunity? Like, I highly doubt it. You think he would?
As a defensive coordinator?
No. As a head coach
As
again.
a head coach, no.
I don't think
You're
so.
two and done.
Yes.
You get 2, and then that's it.
This is Dan Quinn's second, right, gig, because he was at Atlanta's, and then he got fired. He went to Dallas. Now he's in Washington. If he gets fired again, I don't know if he's going to get another head coaching gig. So I think if Saleh really wants to take one, I understand there's only 32 and yada, yada, yada. They only come open. You better be damn sure that you're going to make that work. Maybe a Baltimore, because that just opened up with the firing of John Harbaugh.
I wouldn't be surprised if Baltimore went and grabbed Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah.
By the way, I find it highly interesting that after Kevin Stefanski is let go, that it comes out that he never wanted them to make that Deshaun Watson trade.
Well,
and you know what? I kind of believe it.
I agree 100%. It's just, of course, he put that out there immediately, But I also saw reporting that it was like, oh, bullshit. He was all buddy with them, before and after, and was meeting, going over the playbook, going over this, going over that. And then when he served his suspension, he came back, and then they were compete ships in the night, they never knew each other, and they never rekindled that romance.
It tells you that it was all bullshit to begin with.
Because
he was suspended before he ever played for them.
Yeah, he was.
So when Jimmy Haslam or the owner of the Brown tells you have to do something, you're going to do it with a smile on your face because you're a first-year head coach.
Drafting Shador.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And, again, I think Dylan Gabriel was his draft pick, but I think that you get the comfort food guys, right? Like the ones that are just like, fuck, man, if this guy can just hit, I think he could run my offense. He was trying to go for the efficiency guy. I need somebody efficient to run this offense. And it's not like he doesn't have a good scheme. It's not again, the Browns won some games under him. He won a coach of the year for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like he's trash. It's it's why I'd like to see somebody like Jason Garrett's name is getting floated around in the head coaching pool. I'd like to see what he could do as a head coach away from Jerry Jones. I think that kind of stuff makes the difference.
He was at the Giants. It was a coordinator.
He was the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, he was there, and their offense wasn't terrible that year. I mean, it was bad because
but he was the offensive coordinator for Joe Judge. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. And it was Daniel Jones,
right?
Offense. It wasn't Eli Manning anymore. So
next super chat, Jaime Gomez 2582. The O-line will play better. I expect it to be a close game. Go Niners. I appreciate your optimism, Jaime. Let's all hope that's the case.
I will say to his point really quick, I had a bunch of Eagles fans. You guys know where I work and where I live. Come up to me, and they were like, I think it's going to be a close game. Our offense still sucks, and we sat all the starters last week. I say Eagles by 3, and I'm hoping that we can keep you guys at bay. He goes, because you guys aren't going to have another back-to-back bad game like that offensively. Right. So it's not possible. So some Eagles fans were convincing me in a better way.
Not only that,
honestly.
Kyle Shanahan, I think, is either, I can't remember, this season. Obviously, this season he hadn't had a game where he did score a touchdown, but they also haven't lost back-to-back games this year at all. So this would be the first time. There's a first for everything. Of course, it could happen.
And it's not like he doesn't know how to put up points on the Eagles. We saw that as well. I mean, that team is gone. Let's it's gone. Bye. But it's there. This team is not as bad as they showed against Seattle, and we can burn those black jerseys. That was the worst game that I've seen the 49ers play in probably 3 years.
Nigel, do you blame loss more on offense or defense? I'm going to say offense because I expected almost nothing out of this defense since week 7, week 8. I understand it should have been 19-0 or 19-3 or maybe a little more than that if they get a touchdown on that first drive. But I think still if the offense could get even that touchdown at the end, it's a close game.
Man, you say that, but the defense almost gave up 200 yards rushing.
But that's fine if it's 19 points,
I'm not even going to give them.
Listen, 3rd and 17, Third and
It's just-
17 on a
were there
fucking
worse
pitch.
like spots? Yeah, but the offense didn't get shit going. I mean,
Right.
3 points. 3 points.
Right. Let's be real for a second, right? And I understand the outrage and how terrible we looked and all that stuff, right? 13 points is 13 points. And I know that people are going to say, oh, they were right there. They should have scored and they missed the field goals. Teams have missed field goals against the Niners all year long.
Sure.
That's part of the game. Teams have gotten down to the 1 yard line and fumbled the ball, Kyron Williams. Like, so that's also a part of the game. This is literally a bend but don't break defense all year long. We've not had dominant defense. We're not forcing a ton of 3 and outs. Like, that's not what we do. It is bend but don't break. So I understand that there were other opportunities for them to score, but that's been our thing all year long. So I don't want to pretend like what we saw was some kind of fluke. I'm blaming the offense because 13 points. And when Matt said, burn these jerseys. If our defense plays like this again in those black jerseys, we're winning the next game. I don't care who the opponent is. You hold another opponent to 13 points, the Niners are going to win. Bring those black jerseys back every time. Unless the black jerseys are why you think the offense sucked.
I can't really. No, I think injuries are to blame for the offense sucking and Mike McDonald calling a good game plan. But
right.
when the defense has opportunity to pick up a fumble and don't, when they have an opportunity to pick off, like Sam Darnold tried to give the 49ers opportunities to get back in this game, and this defense didn't capitalize, and it has not capitalized on that shit all year. All year.
Well, yeah. I guess my answer went more into my expectations, right? Because I didn't expect the defense to do shit. Like, I expected them to give up like 30 points in this game, and I thought the Niners would have to put up.
You know this phrase more than anybody else, right? The soft bigotry of low expectations.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you give the defense a pass because you didn't expect shit out of them, but they left some shit on the table too and got their asses handed to them in the running game.
I think that's why this upcoming matchup on Sunday is going to be really fun to watch because I don't think any of us are expecting shit from the Niners, and anything that's positive, we're going to take like we're gonna magnify it because it's like I don't think anyone's expecting shit. This is another good defense we're going up against, and they have the horses on offense. Their play calling just absolutely sucks, and their quarterback is going to help us
and
out.
Jalen Hurts is fucking weird. Like he's approaching Russell Wilson levels of like just being odd.
Like hit or miss?
His
you mean
quotes are
personality?
hilarious.
Like, yeah, I'm talking about like the fucking Kangol hats and the big jeans and just being like, when they ask about the basketball. Do you remember the?
Our failure is not that we are inadequate. Our failure is that we cannot decide in ourselves.
Wait. Can I do a Jalen Hurts too?
Please,
man. Sometimes you gotta have a deuce and then you just flush that shit. You don't think about it no more. You just flush it.
He said
flush
that
it down the toilet. Yeah.
Oh my God!
They got whooped.
You just
and
gotta
he was
let
like,
Saquon wipe your butt.
Yeah.
The only Jalen quote I know
shit, you just flush it.
Is when the defense went out there and won them a playoff game, and he's like, he's breathing hard in the mic and goes, "Is that what y'all wanted to see?"
Yeah, that's what y'all wanted,
know.
right? That's what y'all wanted, right?
That's the only Jalen quote that I know. So that's funny as hell that he said that about.
But he's not
flushing
vibing with the offensive coordinator. Apparently, they don't call certain things because he just won't do them. Like, it's weird, man.
Yeah.
And they sat them, and that's what I love. I love the fact that they sat their starters. So, anyways, I don't know where y'all want to go after this, but
one last super chat from our guy Sean, which I think is like his 5th one. Anyone notice? Yeah, Reed sucks.
He gets the purge here.
There you go.
Anybody notice Reed sucks without Bieniemy? Plus, Bien is shit now.
I just think that the Chiefs in this iteration ran its course. Travis Kelce's getting old. They've played like a season's worth more games than everybody else. They didn't have Reishi, I run people over Rice for 6 games. They have outside of him, they don't really have anybody that's worth a shout. They have a similar problem in the 49ers where their skill position players weren't good. And that's going to get you in trouble. And by the way, I got to talk about Patrick Mahomes. Go and look at his stats. That dude's been people still talk about him like he's the best in the league. He's been kind of overrated for like 3 years.
Yeah. I would say 2 or 3 seasons. Yep. 2 or 3 seasons. He has been very overrated. That defense was keeping them in all those games. Spagnuolo was never leaving. He's never leaving, bro.
All of it.
Never leaving. I've seen that team win points. We're only putting up 13 points.
That's why there was that clip of Chris Jones going around where he found out in real time that they were eliminated from the playoffs. They lost to the Chargers, and he's like, well, we just got to get back in there, whatever the odds are. And the reporter goes, oh, the odds are gone. You're been eliminated. We've been eliminated? And you could tell in that moment, he's thinking like, we have a fucking top 10 scoring defense. How the hell were we just eliminated? It's because the offense was ass. because Mahomes
Yeah.
in the offense was ass, and they could not get anything going.
Is not knowing you're eliminated from the playoffs better or worse than not knowing the rules for overtime? Just asking for a friend.
I mean, they didn't change how to get eliminated from the playoffs, so I would say that it's always been, you know, you need to win games.
Like, how do you go into that game not knowing it's an elimination game?
Right.
To be fair, though, Chris Jones does not exactly strike me as somebody who's paying super close attention to shit.
Yeah. Did you see
Just
it?
saying.
In one of the recent games, he was like flagged for being offsides or something, and it like negated a touchdown or a pick six, and the Tubi acting that we got from him. I was so mad. I got to be better with myself. You know, we just got to be so much better. Bro, fucking wrap it up, man. You need that wrap it up box from Dave Chappelle. Wrap it up, because he's just fucking. It's too much. But I do take a little bit of a Schadenfreude from their pain after all the pain they've caused me over the years. It's a little bit. And now Travis may be done. Who knows? Okay.
I mean, he might be done playing football. I mean, he's been done as being like an impact player.
Right. The last drive, Matt, if you have to wrap up, just let me know. But I just want to get into that drive where they did get something going, and then we all know how it ended in the linebackers' arms. So they get the ball on their own 30 to start. Purdy scrambles for 11 yards. McCaffrey, 4-yard run. Purdy hits Robinson for 10 yards. 1st and 10. He hits Jennings for another 16 yards. And they're already down to the Seattle 9 at this point. McCaffrey for 3 yards. And on 2nd and goal from the 6, Purdy drops back, hits McCaffrey in the flat. The ball is tipped at the line just ever so slightly. And McCaffrey, it's a little low. He goes to bobble it, and he kind of tips it up to himself. I think the guy's name is like Drake Thomas or something like that. Happens to be like literally on McCaffrey's hip, like fucking Velcroed there. And when McCaffrey bobbles it up, he takes it. It's intercepted. Instead of it being, 10 to 13 with 10 minutes left, Seattle gets the ball and they drive all the way down the field. And is this when
They got a field goal in this one, right?
they missed another field goal?
This is the doink.
This is the doink. Yeah. So I was trying to see if this was when they had the 3rd and 19, but I think it was before this. Yeah, because the drive before this, Darnold fumbled, and Yetur Gross-Matos
17.
tried to fucking pick up the fumble, even though you've been taught since Pee-wee, fall on the ball, don't pick it up. Football is
I'm a playmaker. I'm just trying to make plays.
Didn't they do that study where a bouncing football is like the hardest to predict, where it's gonna just fall on the fucking ball? So there was that play, and then literally 2 plays later, 3rd and 17, Kenneth Walker got the 19-yard run, and then that drive ended in 3 points. So if it wasn't for that, it would have been 10-3. The Niners could have tied it up, but instead the interception happened. How were you guys feeling, Mike? Matt, I know you weren't able to watch in real time, but you were listening kind of in and out at work.
Yeah.
But Mike, what were your thoughts on that drive? Were you thinking we finally got it going?
During the drive, I was like, all right, we still got a chance. Like, let's go. I like it. We're moving. Come on. All right, we get the 1st and goal. I'm like, let's punch this bitch in. Like, here we go. Let's go. And then the turnover. And I was like, okay. All right. I was like, there's still some time, but damn it, man. Like, if there was ever a sign that this one just isn't for you, it's like, it's here. And the bittersweet, or, you know, like, I got to be careful with the things I say, because for weeks I've been saying I want us to lose before we get to the playoffs. I've been saying it over and over and over. But damn, I just didn't want to lose that game.
You thought it was going to be the Colts or the Bears.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, if we could have just lost one of those, knowing that we weren't going to get the number 1 seed, now I wish I would have switched it a little bit, and then we go, you know, we run off 2 wins and then head into the postseason. But you know, I think that, you know, I put that comment back up there, Aldo. Yeah, right, Mike. You still feel the same way about our chances. I do like the way the Niners match up against this Eagles team. Right? I do. And I think that if we had Pearsall out there, I stay in that confidence. Without Pearsall, I don't trust these receivers at all. I mean, how long has Kendrick Bourne been back here, and he still is just doing something wrong on plays? Even forget Kendrick Bourne for a second. The opening drive, Juwan Jennings stops his route. Purdy throws it right to where he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Opening drive.
It would have been a first down.
Right. You're the one that's been here for 4 years, dude. Like this 5? Like this was your moment. Like right here. Come on. Like let's go. Opening drive. And then he just fucks it up at the end. So it's like the Eagles have players that are you can take advantage of them. Not their second corner. That guy, Eagles fans hate him. I had a guy walk up to me today and says, if this guy lets you guys cook the way that he's been letting other people cook, I will run onto the field and snatch the jersey off his back myself. And I'm like, oh shit, like don't get arrested. It's not that serious. But these guys are really going to the game. Like my workers are for real about this game. And there are things to take advantage of, right? But if we're running the same core wide receivers out there, I don't like our chances. I don't feel the same. I don't.
I'd rather they use Watkins and or Cowing, but rookie receivers don't get any play, and they're not proven anyway. You know, like that's just the fan in me saying maybe they could do something over the guys that are a little bit more proven just because they're faster than those guys.
I don't blame anybody who wants to see those guys because it's like you always wonder, right? Yeah. Like, what's it like?
They're at least faster. You know, it's like.
Right. We've been married to these receivers all season, right? And we see the new young hotness and we're like, I wonder what she's like. I wonder how it is. I wonder what she's like. But if these receivers aren't getting play,
I bit my tongue as if my wife could hear what you just said. That's funny.
It's an analogy. But we all kind of relate to. But if these wide receivers aren't getting play, it kind of tells you how bad they are or how bad they're doing in practice, right? Like it's easy for us to sit on the couch and be like, they should play these guys. That'd be so good. And then what if they play and they're absolute trash? And then we're like, why the fuck are they playing? Because Jordan Watkins did play earlier in the season, didn't do shit.
He had a nice catch. Yeah. He had one.
My brother in Christ.
I mean, out of how many snaps has he gotten? That's a pretty high percentage in my opinion.
I'm not mad at that if you're looking at it that way. I'm not mad at it if you're looking at it that way. I'm sorry.
It was a first down
against
the Texans when we had absolutely nothing going on.
So, really quick, I just wanted to ask you guys this. How did the Rams leapfrog us for the 5th seed? And I'm not trying to be funny at all.
Common opponents.
Oh, okay.
They beat Houston and Jacksonville, I think.
Yeah. It's kind of weird how it works out. So, if we weren't in the same division as the Rams, we would have finished higher than them. But because we're in the same
we have a better division record than them, though.
That's third.
That's bullshit.
When it comes to wild card, yeah.
When it comes,
it's head to head.
Go ahead. No. When it comes to the division, it's third.
Right.
It's head to head, then it's common opponents, then it's conference.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, division record. If you're in different divisions, it's conference and then it's something else. It's not division record, it's something else.
That is insane to me because I knew, I was like, all right, we got a better division record than them. Like we split with them. It's not like they beat us head to head. I'm sitting here like, how did they get that spot? I just didn't know what it was. But I will say this, and I know we're not previewing the upcoming game. We're going to bring that to you guys later this week, so make sure you guys have those notifications on. We will be back later this week, guys. But the Niners are 7-2 on the road. We're 5 and whatever at home, 5-3 at home. Okay. So maybe this is a blessing in disguise.
Here it is. It would be head to head for wild card, conference record if we weren't in the same division. So conference record gets replaced by common games when you are in the same division. Right. And if you're in the wild card the same division, you default to the division rules.
Got you. Okay.
Rather than the wild card rule.
Mike, you talked about the home record versus away record.
5-3 versus 7-2.
I was kind of trolling, but that's kind of how it is with Mike McDonald. Like they're like 14-2 on the road, but they're like 8-9 at home under him or something like that. Like they're really, really average at home, and they just secured home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Obviously, you'd rather have the number 1 seed if you can get it as a team. Maybe in a couple weeks they're going to be for some reason they're just not as good at home. That Seattle place used to be tough place
I
to go
were
play.
if I were the 12s, man, I might look in the mirror about that whole situation.
Yeah.
I guess they stopped piping in that crowd noise. Huh?
Olga, who's got the better defense to you guys, Seattle or Philly? Seattle, in my opinion.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Seattle. It's not. I know, like they're going to look at point differential. It's not close. You just look at the aggression that Seattle plays with. Those guys play from start to finish. Philly still gets very emotional on both sides of the ball, and they get that from their head coach. They get that from Sirianni. They get very, very emotional. One bad play, and that defense will give you the next 3 drives to do whatever the fuck you want.
Did you see Sirianni in the tunnel yelling again?
Yeah. That's what I thought.
He's
Bills
still doing that?
fans.
Yes.
He's still doing
Yeah,
that?
he did it again. Yeah,
And
after they beat the Bills,
AJ
right?
Brown was behind him, and you could almost see the look on his face like, what the fuck, man?
Let me see if I could find it.
That's like grow the fuck. I hate that guy.
I hate the entire Eagles organization. From top to bottom, they are one of the most goofy ass fucking between their head coach, their quarterback, their fat fucking security guard, the entire thing, top to bottom.
Whoa. Just so you know, he is no longer a security guard. They had to give him a coaching position to keep him on the team. Did you guys know that?
Are
No.
you serious?
I swear to you, after the
fuck is he coach of? Eating?
After the situation he got into, I swear they had to give him a coaching position to keep him with field access. That's the only way he's still on the field. I'm gonna look it up. I'll find it.
This is the clip that Matt was talking about. Look at this look from AJ Brown.
So much anymore. Love this shit.
He's so caught up in AJ Brown staring at him, he almost misses the turn to the locker room.
Not so much anymore. Love this shit.
It's a fucking cornball, dude.
What a fucking goof.
Mind
bro.
you, they only won this game because Josh Allen fucking floated a pass to a wide open receiver in the end zone for 2.
Missed one that he would hit 99 times out of 100.
Yes.
Listen to his position they had to give him last year, because it's all started from the Dre Greenlaw shit in 2023, right? His position is Director of Game Day Coaching Operations. Like, bro, they literally had to create a fucking position for him. Because before that, from 2011 up until, well, he still has that title also. They had to put the slash in there and give him a coach. He was senior advisor to the general manager and chief security officer. Yeah. Like, this guy is a fucking clown. I hate that old. Now I want the Niners. Fuck it. The Niners are winning.
This comment's funny.
Fuck
you
it.
only hate the Eagles because your team has not won nothing. I
That's a
can
double
tell you
negative,
I
sir.
can tell you're from Philadelphia.
Oh, shit.
You only hate the Eagles because your team has not won nothing. You'll get another fucking cheesesteak, buddy.
Did you read that in Rocky Balboa?
Yeah. Shut the fuck up and try not to slide down any greased up pole. Dude, your city greases the poles. You guys act like a bunch of fucking idiots.
You guys gonna make me pee on myself. Holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, man.
Dude, I don't know what's lower, the temperature in Philadelphia right now or the collective IQ of the
Well,
people
so
in the city.
let me just say this also. It's going to be 59 degrees out here in a day or two. Like, the temperature is coming back up. Like, this is going to be a good football game. I didn't look at what it's supposed to be on Sunday, but the temperature is up out here.
It's not supposed to rain or snow or anything, right?
Today was cold. No, it's been getting much better.
Yeah.
It's been getting much better. So as we head into the week, the weather's going up. Saturday, it says 61. Sunday, it's dropping back down to 53. That's great football weather.
But what about the wind? What about the wind? Any wind?
Let me see. All right, wind is 12 miles.
All right, cool. Good enough.
12 miles an hour. That's nothing.
Yeah.
That's nothing. We can cook it.
And
That
again,
is perfect football weather.
Unless absolute disaster strikes, there's no way that they only score 3 points again. They're going to score more points.
Yes. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what-
When Kyle Shanahan was just embarrassed on national television in front of like 30 million people.
Every time he gets embarrassed, he cooks the next game.
Yeah.
I feel
In a game that he said himself before the game, this game is worth 2 games, and we need it.
Yep.
His own words. He's not letting that shit happen again. I'm not saying that we're going to win. Well, fuck it. I am now because the Eagles fan jumped in here and talked shit.
Yeah,
but,
I know.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to
Daniel-
pick the Eagles too, but then they come in here and I'm like, no, you know what?
Right, fuck
They're
it.
right there with Cowboys fans with me. Where I'm just like, I can't
Yep.
with you motherfuckers, man.
And Daniel Garcia, I saw your question. I am from Jersey. I live in Pennsylvania now. I'm not in Philadelphia. I'm not in Philadelphia, but I'm 15 minutes from Northeast Philly.
Although I don't know if they've
God
put up 32
damn.
points on a team that's not the Raiders or the Commanders this year. That's what cracks me up, right? I had Eagles fans in my mention saying that they're going to blow out the 49ers. And it's like, maybe. I have no faith in the 49ers defense, but who have they blown out this year? And again, we'll get into this in the preview show, but they beat the Cowboys 24-20, beat the Chiefs 20-17, beat the Rams 33-26, beat the Bucks 31-25, lost to the Broncos 21-17, lost to the Giants 34-17, beat the Vikings 28-22, beat the Giants 38-20. That's probably their best win right there, 18 points versus the Giants. Beat the Packers 10-7, beat the Giants 16-9, lost to the Cowboys 24-21.
We got another one, baby.
Lost to the Bears
49ers, you're not a
24-15.
good team. You're a below average team. You're going to Philly.
What does that even mean?
These accents. The Eagles
No one
fans,
knows what it means, dude.
I in the you know how you can put like the hashtags and all that stuff, like if people are searching on YouTube, I put the opposing team in there so that way their fans jump in. So that's what
love
you
it.
guys are getting right now. That's what you
I'm
guys
kind of
It's all
disappointed
good.
that those
It's all good.
Seahawks guys didn't come back in and gloat. Like they totally deserve to.
they did on my overreaction show. They
Okay,
came
there
back.
you go. All right, cool.
They did come back. But I like Zach's point. Y'all haven't blown anybody out. Like
No.
let's cut it out. Let's cut
The
it out.
Raiders was 31-0. That's it. And it's
I
the
repeat,
Raiders.
they haven't
Number
blown,
one pick.
They haven't blown anyone out. Yeah,
Number one
They haven't
pick.
blown anyone out, bro. So it's like
The
just
Raiders
stop
blew
it.
themselves out in that game this whole season.
Yes.
But this was the same organization where fans fucking hate the quarterback. They hate the fucking offensive coordinator. Players in the locker room were leaking shit about Jalen Hurts and about how he didn't get along with the OC. Right? You got AJ Brown who sits on the sideline during playoff game reading books. It's not you got a goofy ass coach. It's not like this is the same buttoned up organizations that I'll put it this way. Philly's not going to the Super Bowl this year. I'd actually bet a lot of money on that.
I
I
agree with
can't
that.
wait now. I can't wait for us to do this show. I can't wait.
I think first team to 20 wins, my opinion, and maybe that's giving my preview away when we do it later. But I think 20 points wins this game. Can the 49ers get to 20 after the past? If you asked me a week ago, no way in hell they don't get to 20, right? They haven't put up like fucking 38 points a game. After last Saturday, I don't know. Without Ricky, without Trent, it depends on how this injury report is looking. But I think 20 points could get this done. How
by
many
the way-
games have they had scoreless in the second half this year, by the way? A
Yeah.
lot.
Oh, don't get me started.
Without a passing
Don't
yard,
get me
they had
started.
2.
Yeah.
Even at home, bro. They put up 17 total yards in the second half against the Bills and won.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here. If you think you're doing that against this team, and our defense is on par with the Bills. The Bills have a terrible defense
True.
also, by the way.
True.
So
Yeah.
like, they cut the shit, bro. Cut the shit. I gotta stop because
I might cry again if I have to keep listening to Philadelphia fans. I might. A single tear roll down my face.
Yeah. They had a good vibes bunny or some shit like that they took out after they got blown out by the Chargers, I think.
Think about that for a second. You got a goofy ass quarterback with the Kangol hats. You got why do we know your security guard's name? We got the coach that's yelling in the fucking tunnels. We got a feel good bunny in the locker room. What is this organization? Yeah. I mean, they might win. They might win because the 49ers are a walking injury.
Is it possible? Of course it's possible. They're
course.
favored by 4 points. All I'm going to say is all the pressure's on Philly. They're at home.
100%.
They're
100%.
favored. They're rested. They didn't play their starters
100%.
week 18. They are favored. They have all their guys. They're getting some back. I'd hate to be that team at home and get boo birds at halftime if they're not playing exactly as the fans want them to. So
Yeah. And by the way, they're the third seed, right?
correct. Yeah. They
Okay,
could have been the
so-
second seed because Chicago lost on Sunday. but
Right.
Philly didn't care to win.
Right. And by the way, they beat out the 4th seed by virtue of the 4th seed being a losing team.
Yes.
And they preyed on a fucking weak division.
Yeah.
They're the only winning team in their division.
And they still
And
split
by the way,
with
they
Dallas.
lost to the Giants. They're
Yeah.
one of the Giants' 4 wins this
They
season.
split with Dallas and the New York.
Right. It's
So,
not like they lit the world on fire.
no. Oh, actually, they split with everyone. They went 3-3 in their division. Shit
Yeah, the
division.
Commanders
They
got 'em
split.
one time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at the last
the
game,
Commanders got 'em
week
early in the
18.
year. Yep.
No. This last game that they lost to the Commanders.
Yeah, that's
Or
what
else,
I meant early in the years when they beat them.
Didn't,
Yeah.
But didn't they sit their guys?
They
though?
did.
Like,
They-
I
but
mean, I technically,
still.
I mean, I'm going to at least be fair enough to be like, I don't think that really matters that
Take
much.
it-
You guys think
it
that was a
doesn't
smart
matter.
move?
No.
Knowing that you couldn't win the number 1 seed to like
'Cause they coulda
let's
gotten
go
the
ahead and
number
get
2
our bye week
seed.
out the way early.
and I've had
think
Eagles
that's what
fans
they
tell
did.
me that too. You
They
basically
don't want.
guarantee
They don't
two
want to play
home
the
games.
Packers. You prefer the Niners over the Packers. What are you talking about?
I don't know about that.
What?
I think they'd prefer the Packers.
Yeah, nobody's scared of the Packers, man. Not
Without Micah Parsons?
Micah Parsons is gone. Jordan Love has been hurt the last couple weeks. You know he's going to come back and play, so he's going to be rusty coming off a couple whatever. Christian Watson is not playing because he has the collarbone.
All right. Okay.
Like who the fuck? Nobody's fucking scared. Of the
I
Packers.
if I'm them, I would prefer going against the Niners. That's how I felt.
Just because the
watching that
injuries or
game.
what?
No, watching the Niners on Saturday, I'm like, that's the team I want to play. Their defense sucks. We can get
Yeah, but
Saquon
wait,
Barkley going. Like that's the one I want.
But the Packers are a 9-7 team that haven't looked good at all. All you got to do to know what the 49ers are capable of, and yes, last Saturday was a low, but then you go back to that was a short week coming off of Sunday Night Football the week before, where by the way they hung 42 on the Bears.
Yeah.
They went by until I think did they even punt Chicago? No, they punted this last game. Right?
No, they did. Three.
Okay, so
three
before
punts.
before Chicago, their punter hadn't even punted in like a month.
Yeah. Yep.
And one game is all of a sudden going to negate the rest of that shit? I don't think so.
I think
Especially
Philly
when you
would
don't have the
rather
But you
horses that
you want
Seattle
them to
does.
believe that though. You
Well,
want them to believe.
Oh yeah,
that.
100%.
Not only
and by the
that-
way, if any team would, it would be the Eagles.
Yeah. Not only that, but I think, would you rather face Kyle Shanahan, who's only ever gotten to at least the championship when he's gotten in the playoffs, or would you rather
Or
face
Matt
Matt
LaFleur,
LaFleur?
who lures in the
Always
first
a
round
one
every
and
fucking
done.
time he
Yeah,
plays,
like I think if I'm a Phillies fan or an Eagles fan, I'd want to take the Packers with Matt LaFleur. But
now
That's fair.
again, I think the weirdest shit in the world could happen, and I think the Packers could beat the Bears just because it's division.
I'm pretty
And
sure
you
it's only a
never- you-
1-point line.
You never, yeah, because division games are fucking weird.
Yeah.
What's the 49ers Eagles line? This is stuff for
it
this
was
is stuff
up
for,
to-
for the
Eagles
other
by
show.
4 or something like that.
4.5, I think last I saw. It started at 2.5. It's up to 4.5 now. Eagles over under 44.5.
Yeah.
They're expecting
Okay.
like a 21-17 type game or something like that.
Don't let this game be that close, Philly. I'm telling you all right
24-20.
now. Don't let this game be that close. Don't do it to yourselves.
Yeah.
The way John Lynch jumped up when we turned that ball over. Oh no, that's not the jump
On the
up
3rd
play.
and 17
It was
where
the
we
third
was
and
like, God
17.
damn it. Yeah.
The way he jumped up, I promise you that these guys are playing for their futures. John Lynch was pissed about that. I've never seen him react like that before, and I've seen some really good John Lynch. I've seen him throw pins down and all that shit. Like he smacks the desk, he turns, like he knows the camera's on him, so he doesn't want to get caught doing it. He lost it. He jumped up, hands in his hair and shit, like he's wiping the coke out his nose. Like John Lynch was pissed. I'm telling you, don't let this game be that close. If you're Philadelphia, don't do it. I'm telling y'all, don't do it.
Yeah. That's
Yep,
funny.
Not good.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for tonight's show, unless there's anything else you guys wanted to talk about. Did we miss anything?
I did see someone ask if there's going to be an overreaction show. You better believe it. There's going to be an overreaction show. Not for nothing. I got 9,000 views on my overreaction show. I'm going to fucking be there, baby. I'm going to be there. Y'all are going to hear everything I got to say, win or lose. That was that was the highest rated overreaction show I've had in the last 3 years, and that was after a loss. And the chat wasn't full of a bunch of Seahawks fans either. I thought it was going to be a bunch of people coming to gloat. Maybe on the rewatch it was. I don't know, because it wasn't 9,000 live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But boy, oh boy, yes, there will be an overreaction show.
This comment says Jalen Hurts in the playoffs is a monster. Like, dude,
I'll
He's
give him
played
that.
well in the playoffs, 1,000%. But do
give him
Eagles fans just suddenly think their offense coordinator is going to be good? Like, they want this dude fired. They want him out. They're complaining all season, but suddenly they think he's going to put together.
Well, they're banking on the history, right? It's like what you just Matt. One of you guys just said. You guys both agreed, though. Like, you want to play Kyle, who is notorious for getting to at least the NFC Championship when he makes it to the postseason, right? Like, you're banking on a little bit of coaching history. And while we don't like their offensive coordinator, he's the new piece. They're still Sirianni. They're still Vic Fangio, and those guys are good. And Jalen Hurts, he literally does flip a switch in the postseason. I don't know what it is. I like both the times I saw them play the Chiefs. I thought he played his ass off in both of those games. Well. So, he does turn it on. I will give them that. He is a playoff monster. He is.
I agree with that 100%. I've seen fans say, is there a way to fire our offensive coordinator if we still get to the Super Bowl? They really want this dude out of there. I think it's funny.
He's not the same coordinator they had last year?
No, it was the Saints head coach, wasn't it?
Oh, is that? Oh,
yeah.
That's okay.
I'm forgetting his name. Gosh, I'm forgetting his name. He used to coach with Dallas, then he was in L.A., then he went to Philly. Saints head coach.
Kellen Moore.
Yes,
Yep,
Kellen
right.
Moore.
Kellen Moore. You're absolutely right.
He left.
I actually like Kellen Moore, too. He was with Dallas at one point, right?
Yeah, Dallas and then Los Angeles.
And they showed a lot of heart at the end of the season, the Saints. Tyler Shuck might be a dude.
Yeah. Yeah, they changed I picked him up for a couple of weeks in fantasy. I'm not going to lie to you.
Honestly, he was the best rookie quarterback in the NFL this season.
Oh, yeah.
Jackson Dart was good. Take away the concussions. I really like what I saw from Jackson Dart this year. I really like what I saw from him.
I think Shuck was more consistent, and he was winning.
That's the other thing. And
he was leading his team to win.
See, here's the thing. Here's my problem with Jackson Dart.
Yeah,
and they think, real quick, thing about Jackson Dart that I don't like, the concussion thing, concussion, and then he sat there and was like, "This is how I've always played." And it's like, "Bitch, you're in the NFL now. You better adjust."
But I don't think it was an excuse. I think it was more of a I do have to learn because this is how I've always played. It's like and it was too little, too late. But RG3, when they were talking about you got to learn to slide, right? It was like a season and a half where they're like, dude, if you don't stop, your career's done. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was like I'm just gonna keep playing like this. He does play hard, and if no one's open, he's gonna run the ball like that. I think that's what he meant, not so much I'm gonna keep getting concussions. I don't think that's what he meant.
We got another super chat from our guy Danny McCormick, 4727.
Where's the button at? Is this his first one? All right, you're gonna get the first one. Sorry.
49ers beat Philly. Pack beats the Bears. Rams win. Rams just win. They don't beat anybody. They just win. Nah, I'm kidding. I mean, hey, I could see it. That would be two upsets and one favorite.
What do we need to happen to get a playoff game at home before the Super Bowl? There has to be a way. We're the sixth
we'd have
seed.
to beat Seattle, and then the Rams. Well,
we can't.
Okay.
What is it?
It would only be if we play the Rams in the divisional game, right? That's the only way. I mean, the championship game.
For what?
For the Niners to get a home game.
The Packers.
No, it would only be the Packers.
Packers.
Everybody else
I meant the Packers. I meant the Packers.
You're right.
So that's the only way.
Yeah. Yep.
And it could happen. The Packers would have to win. We would have to win. We need the Rams to lose, and we need the Seahawks to lose next week against the Packers.
There's no way for them to play in the divisional round.
No, that's not true. I just told you it. If the
Packers
listen
not
to me.
play the 49ers in the divisional round.
No.
Oh, divisional round. No. Division. No. It would be
that's
NFC
what I'm
Championship. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You're right.
It's a
You're absolutely
championship.
right. It's the championship game. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only way. Packers win through. They beat Seattle. If we win through, we beat the Eagles, and then we would have to play
The Rams, probably.
the Rams after that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Or forget the Rams for a second. Carolina. If Carolina wins, that's the way you want it to go.
Could go to
Carolina wins.
Carolina.
Yeah. Then we go to Carolina, and then we would be at home. But that's
That'd be
again
sweet.
the Packers winning. Oh, I want it so bad. Oh, that would make my day. And one of my best friends is a Packers fan too. Oh, I would be going crazy over here. He hates watching football with me.
Could you imagine that the odds of that are so low?
Last question for you guys, and it's partially facetious, partially not. The 49ers signed linebacker.
Did you
Kaiser
say
White.
facetious? I'm sorry.
Facetious.
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 Facetious. They signed linebacker Kaiser White, veteran, 100 tackles each year. Seems like he's been in the league. And Eric Kendricks is going to step up into that role that Tatum Bethune held due to Tatum Bethune being out for the rest of the year with a groin injury. What are the chances that the linebacking unit improves with White and Bethune White and Kendricks compared to maybe Bethune and Winters, or maybe just Kendricks and Winters if Winters can go with White in a
Isn't that role. Don't they have a dude named like Wallow or something like that?
Garrett Wallow or something like that?
That's number 49 that got the penalty.
Yeah.
I do not want to see his ass on the field. If I see him on defense, I'm going to lose my shit. And I understand he's wearing the special number 49. No, we might not.
I didn't even know that players could wear 49.
Is Winters going to play?
He's day to day. He's day to day.
And I think that's why they signed Kaiser.
Yeah, he got his ankle stepped on Saturday night.
We got to talk about this too. Speaking of day to day, if Ricky Pearsall does not play in this game, get him the fuck off my team.
Whoa, wait.
I don't know about that.
Let's talk about it. Come on, let's have the
He
conversation.
re-aggravated his PCL at the end of last week. That's
he
what Kyle said
re-aggravated his pussy, dude. It's a
practice.
fucking piece. It's a PCL injury, bro. You know what a PCL injury is to get through that?
No, you're the medical guy. Tell us.
It's pain management. He's being a bitch.
I don't think. Well, all right. You know what?
If it's not a grade 3 that you need surgery on, which he clearly does not because he hasn't had it. If it's grade 1 or grade 2, it's pain management issue.
And there's no risk of tearing anything?
You can tear it.
He's talked about it not being stable enough to plant on. And
then he should have had the fucking surgery.
Where's the PCL in the leg?
It's your knee, right?
Like where?
Yeah, it's behind the ACL. Mm-hmm. It's posterior collateral ligament.
So posterior. Okay. So
but it's not a primary stabilizer of the knee, like unless you tear it completely, you don't need it like to be 100% healthy.
All right. So okay. Do you guys think that the Niners sat him because they knew no matter what we're in the playoffs? Like if it's pain management, do you think that they knew we would need him for this game more than the importance of winning this game and then losing him? Do you think the Niners did it for that reason? Is what I'm asking.
No, because like you said, Kyle said that last game against Seattle was worth 2.
He said it was a 2 from 1. Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm. Right,
he did absolutely.
So if you play him, even if he gets hurt, you win that game. You get another week off.
But does it go back?
You would have had the bye. You would have had the bye week. Okay, so if it tears, it tears. But like, again, you got it. Listen, everybody's hurt in the NFL, right? Like, I don't want to hear about him like, oh, my knee hurts. When I see Christian McCaffrey like fucking Theragunning his own back in the middle of the game because he's on his 45th carry of the fucking game, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hear that shit.
It's tough to say get him off the team like you're a bitch because by the way, one of the things I do when teams are losing badly and then like one of their players start to go down, like there's nothing wrong with them. Like, okay, they're pussy hurts. So I say that same exact thing. I do say
But this has been like a full season injury. Either you sit out and you get that shit completely right, or if you're going to come back, 4 weeks. Don't just. And then he came back and he's in for a game, out for a game, in for a game, out for a game. Like, don't do that shit. Well,
it's even worse than that, honestly, because he's in for a play and then he's on the sideline.
He's on the sideline. Every time this motherfucker falls down, he gets hurt. It's like maybe football's not for you, dude.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of like, okay, then sit out and get the surgery and not play? But he's trying to play through it. Like, doesn't that mean that he is trying to tough it out and try and play through it rather than saying, no, I want to get the surgery and I'm out for the rest of the year?
He feels good coming into the game, and then he goes down one time, and then all of a sudden it's a fucking problem again.
So what can they do Can they give him like a cortisone shot in it, like a couple days before or today?
No, no, because cortisone shot's just for inflammation. They'd have to give him a pain shot.
It's not an inflammation thing?
No, it's pain It's literally pain management. Like, you'll feel pain in the knee, but it doesn't mean that the knee is like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, maybe a cortisone shot would take down some of the inflammation, but that's not necessarily the mechanism of the pain.
That's not what's causing the pain, is what you're saying.
Right.
Because when I got mine in my shoulder, I felt like a new person the next morning. Like, holy shit, bro. I was ready to go pitch.
And like, how did he re-aggravate it? Is he taking dives again? Because I swear to God, every time this dude goes down, he falls down straight on his knees.
Niner Goat
That
said,
is an issue.
We got Ricky Pearsall off Temu.
This comment, by the way, he played 4 games, got hurt, didn't play 4 games, and then it's been 1-1-1 since. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Okay, so then
it's
you
pretty
need-
bad with him.
And by the way, it's not just on Ricky Pearsall. This is on the team too. Like, you got to stop letting him do this shit. Don't
But
plan
we've
for him to be
questioned
in
our
the
medical
game.
staff for a long time. Come on now. Let's not pretend we haven't.
No, I
had
know.
the medical staff under the microscope for.
But
2,
I just
3
don't
seasons
like.
straight.
Again, it was a shock that he didn't play, right?
Yes, it was. And
So-
Kyle said it was late in the week that he re-aggravated it, right? So that means that he was practicing full speed. He had a decent game, right?
He was
and he's practicing
limited
full speed
all week, to be fair.
Limited.
Oh, it was limited.
Yeah.
But
How
here's
are
the
you
thing.
limited and re-aggravated then? So okay,
Yeah. So this is kind of where I'm at. It's just like it's a pain management thing, and he's starting to strike. Man, he's
Say
like
it.
he kind of okay. Y'all know, well, Mike, you know hip hop, right? Zach, you know hip hop, right? There's guys genuinely out there that you're like, oh, this is a tough guy. This is a tough guy, right?
Right? Yeah.
I hate to do a 1-to-1 comparison because it's just so like easy to do, but Ricky Pearsall is starting to strike me as like the vanilla ice of fucking wide receivers.
You said that because he's white. I wanted to cut
know.
you off and say you better not say anything about Vanilla Ice.
I know. Or like, okay, fine. He strikes me as the Drake of wide receivers. Where like you could talk all this shit, but no, listen, you're the fucking crippled kid on Degrassi.
Like,
dude.
no one thinks
nobody
you're
thinks
actually
fucking
tough. No one
No
I
one
thinks
know.
thinks you're tough.
It's hard to say
He
that when he
strikes
got
me-
shot in the chest and survived.
Surviving doesn't
being-
make you
that's not
tough.
being
That's
tough.
not. Yeah.
That's just
surviving
surviving.
a gunshot doesn't make you. I don't want to.
Yeah.
All right. This is gonna.
That has nothing to do with it. Like, don't let that fool you, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm trying
I
to
don't
think
know.
of another. Okay, I got a Ricky Pearsall comp.
there you go.
Percy Harvin. Not that he was ever as talented as Percy Harvin, but Percy Harvin was the type of player that
yeah.
would have
I got a
a
headache.
really good couple of stretches of games, and then he's just gone for the next 5.
Yeah.
And then he's back for a good stretch, and then he's
Right,
gone again, and
right,
teams just couldn't depend on him. Ricky Pearsall is definitely trending in that direction. I couldn't come up with a hip-hop analysis.
Yeah.
I almost said Sticky Fingers,
But
and I don't know
like-
if you guys remember when MTV was doing like the celebrity boxing
Because
matches.
here's the thing. Like, Daniel Garcia is saying it like, I'm cool with the vibes and I'll get old seeing him. He's dancing in practice. He's fucking around on the sidelines. He's acting like nothing's wrong. And then when it comes to actually perform, he's like, ow, I'm hurt.
Right.
You know what
And
I mean?
and like we said, even when he is out there, he'll have a good reception, and then he's to the side. It doesn't matter if it's
Yeah.
for 6 yards or 60 yards. After this reception, I got to go to the sideline.
Yeah.
And I think he learned that shit from Debo because Debo was doing that shit all of last year. Every single reception Debo had, he's like, "All right, I'm coming out."
That's
real quick."
'cause he
Like,
was fat.
I hated that shit. But
But-
you're not fat,
like,
Ricky.
why-
You look like Jason
we got-
Aponte. Get your ass out
Listen.
there and play ball, bro.
I know. Listen, we got 2. When you look at people, how, man, why are you taking
That
your
wasn't a
inspiration
diss.
from Debo? I know. No, Jason's cool.
No, that's my guy, Jersey.
Yeah. No, I've never had a problem with Jason. I love Jason. When you have examples on your team like Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle, who fucking play hurt all the George Kittle has had that shoulder wrap for like 7 years now because he fucked his shoulder up his second year in the league.
Come on, you talk.
And it stays fucked up. You got Christian McCaffrey, who every time he comes out of the game and you look at him on the sideline, he's fucking bleeding or he's sitting there like, fuck, dude. And then what happens? The next play, he's back in there. You know what I mean? Like you got these guys that are tough, and you're taking your inspiration from guys like Debo Samuel and fucking Brandon. I quit on my team, Ayuk, and gave up $30 million. Like, I don't understand. Is it a position group thing?
We don't know that for sure. We don't know
The
that
Niners-
he's taken his inspiration.
It's
from
how
these
it
dudes.
strikes me. He's striking me as like the pretty boy wide receiver rather than a tough guy.
And the Niners
There's
have
just
not
no
done a
grit.
good job of getting those wide receivers. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't like the way that they have gone after it. Like, and that's completely revisionist history. I like the talent of Ricky Pearsall. I had him as the Niners guy in my pre-draft shit, like I did, right? because I watched his skill set and I know Kyle likes those type of guys. I did like him. I do like him, right? The Brandon Ayuk thing, I wasn't high on him when we drafted him and where we drafted him, but then when I watched the film, I'm like, okay, this guy can actually run routes. Like, I like the length of his arms, blah, 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 blah. The Debo thing, I didn't know much about him before we drafted him. Had to go out there and watch him. I saw what we turned him into and was like, all right, we got a little bit more out of him than what we should have, in my opinion. I think that he exceeded what we wanted him to do. Or not what we wanted him to be better, but you know what I'm saying. Like, based off of the college tape, I wouldn't have got him. The Niners really have a blind spot at evaluating wide receivers. And it's very, very painful. For whether it's longevity,
which is
whether
crazy
it's the love for the
Kyle
game.
was a college wide receiver.
It's like Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan, great player. You put him in the box to make decisions for a team, and he fucks it up. That's what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with specifically with the wide receiver. Yes, yes.
I can't with that. I can't with that because Michael Jordan was actually like the GOAT, and Kyle Shanahan was never the best wide receiver except maybe on his high school team.
All right, I get that, but what I'm saying is that the people who play it usually can't evaluate.
You
the
would
talent.
expect
That's
them to be able to.
Yeah.
Well, right, but they don't. They struggle.
But then you got like these coaches who were like backup quarterbacks who were great at working with quarterbacks.
Jim Harbaugh. I got you.
Right.
I feel you. I see what you're saying. But they're
This
backups.
is perfect. This is the perfect comp right here, and I think this is why I'm so bothered by it.
Holy shit! What?
Remember how Jimmy G would always? There was that thing with the team where like they're like he should be good, and he's like, no, I'm really injured still.
That was contract related, though.
No, it wasn't.
I'm pretty sure
I think it was.
Yeah, he didn't want to go out there and get hurt.
Remember, that's how he got his guarantees, and they couldn't cut him that year.
Yeah.
Like they just kept him on the roster because they couldn't cut him. That's how he did
that
it.
in the playoffs against Philadelphia. He could have.
He wasn't
was
active.
like, no, I'm not. They could have activated him at any time.
I agree.
They
but
could have.
Yeah.
Yes, they could have.
But then he opted out. That was the word. Listen, you don't have teammates in your former teammates in New England calling you a bitch because you're a tough guy. Don't forget
That's
that
funny
either.
as hell. Shout out to the Bennett brothers. That shit was funny as hell.
I just think
That was
if
two
Ricky
separate
was
teams
out
calling him
for
a
the
bitch.
year, we'd be sitting here saying that's a wasted pick. So it's kind of hard for me to like talk out both sides of my mouth where he's trying to fight through it and play, but also I would have bitched at him if he sat out the rest of the year with that.
But
knee
he's not
injury.
trying to tough it out and play. He plays when he feels better. And then when something happens and it doesn't feel good, then he goes out.
I mean, he was clearly in pain in the Chicago game, right? And he finished it.
Right. I did.
And he had a good game.
Like he's wincing and all that.
Yeah. He had a good game.
Yeah,
I didn't think he was going to come back.
That wasn't the PCL. That was an ankle.
That was he's been dealing with the PCL and the ankle.
I don't know. I don't know why you're like. Do you love Ricky Pearsall, Zach? What's going on?
Because I have a different
So
opinion.
hard.
No, I'm
just
saying
saying.
how I would be bitching if he sat out the whole year when we desperately needed help at wide receiver.
I would actually be more okay with him sitting out the year than playing one game and then not playing one game.
Oh,
and then playing one game and then not playing one game.
I guess.
No, I would definitely be.
We don't win that game against Chicago without him.
We don't win Chicago without Ricky.
We probably don't win week 1 Seattle. You know, like they needed his
I don't
talent.
want that.
Don't
And
confuse
by the way, so
results with what I'm
retro
saying
weight.
either. That's not what I'm saying. Do I think I'm talking about what his perceived level of toughness, which I don't think he's very. He doesn't strike me as very tough.
He's not tough. I'll give you that.
That's what I'm saying.
if
To me,
that's
he's
the
not
question,
he's
is he
not a
tough or not?
49er
No.
guy. Like he's not a gritty guy. He's not a 49er guy, right?
But
Like
he's a wide receiver. Like they're all like that. They're
that's
all
true.
divas.
No. If you listen to Juwan Jennings, he played with 8 broken ribs,
He's
a fucking
diva
amputated.
too.
I know he's a diva, but
But you wanted Juwan out of here already.
I do. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying.
Can you give me one wide receiver that's not a diva like that? Like a one wide receiver says, "Oh, I don't feel
With
like
elite
it. I'm not
talent.
going."
Yeah, with
Like,
great
right,
talent.
like just give me one.
In the league?
Currently active. Don't tell me about Calvin Johnson, who by the way retired early because he was a diva. Like find me somebody active that
I don't think like Nico Collins is a diva.
Okay, and Niner Go gave a good one also. All right, I'll give you those two.
But
I
there's
think
levels. There's levels of diva. I don't give a fuck if you're a diva if you'll go out there and you'll play, right? Like Jamar Chase is a
No.
fucking diva,
I'm
but he'll go out
talking
there and
about
play.
I'm talking about diva in the sense of, oh, I'm not feeling well. I think my temperature is 99.1. I'm not going out there. I know it's not a real fever, but
there's definite fucking dogs out there that'll play. But a lot of players are like, do I like? CeeDee Lamb's a good example.
I don't know enough about
Or,
CeeDee
like,
Lamb to
I think
co-sign.
Justin Jefferson's a diva, but he played with ankle injury, like the high ankle sprain last year, and tried to go out there every game, and he tried to go out there and play. And he played. There's a difference between playing while you're kind of injured and trying to tough it out, and then being a diva because you're not getting the ball enough. Which I agree, all wide receivers are going to be like that.
Right. Mike Evans is a good example also.
I also think he didn't deal with any injuries in college, at least that were like major, that made him miss any time. Like this could be like the first nagging injury he's had in his career.
So he doesn't know how to deal with it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, I think it's either shit or get off the pot, dude. Like if you're gonna do this one game on, one game off, I feel like you're hurting the team because they're trying to game like that entire week. He was limited, but they were expecting him to play. You don't think that they were game planning to have Ricky Pearsall in there? And then when he's suddenly yanked, like who the fuck do you put in that spot? That puts the team in a tough spot, and you're going against a top defense. Now, if he's limited this week, and they expect him to play, and he doesn't play again, that fucks you against Philadelphia.
Well,
I would rather have the guy just,
Did we practice this week? Do we have a practice report? That's what I'm saying. Do we have one?
I didn't see
Let me see if I
anything.
can pull it up.
I looked for it today just to look to see if he had participated at all.
All right,
I didn't see anything. I don't even know if they practiced today.
This is the injury report. This doesn't say. All right, here we go. Trent Williams, Ricky out. This is old. Okay, here we go. Week 18. This is still week 18.
Right. There's not
Wild
one for today
card.
because Kyle would have had a
There's
press
nothing
conference today,
listed.
and there was no
Yeah,
press conference.
There's nothing listed.
They didn't practice
Holy
today.
Shit. Wow.
My thing.
They're supposed to get Monday off. Wait. Why didn't they practice today?
I don't know. Maybe they
Am
wanted
I
the
missing
extra rest.
something?
Maybe they wanted the extra
I don't get
rest.
it.
Maybe they practiced. You know what? Maybe they practiced. They
practiced at
Monday because
1:05.
They played Saturday.
Wait, no.
Oh.
Yeah, they don't practice until tomorrow. No
What the
media
fuck?
Well, there's at least no media availability today. That's what their schedule is online. So maybe they did, and they just didn't report anything.
So I guess we'll find out tomorrow.
This is per their schedule online.
Yeah,
That's
They-
nuts.
maybe they didn't practice at all.
The
today.
Eagles didn't practice either, so maybe Sunday teams just didn't practice today. Okay, all right, I take it back.
Well, the 49ers
We'll find
were
out tomorrow.
Saturday-
Tomorrow
yeah,
will be
I
telling.
mean, they could have practiced yesterday, or maybe just gotten treatment on shit. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I would think that they would want to practice because they're going to have a travel day on Friday.
Yeah,
So they're going to
but-
practice
so
Wednesday
you-
and Thursday, and then not practice really again because
It
you're
is
not
kinda
doing a full
weird.
practice.
No,
on Friday.
you do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's a walkthrough, and Saturday is like
So
Final
2 days
install.
of actual
Install.
practice to do install.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
seems
All
like a
right.
really. I mean, again,
I'm
so
not
you
gonna
have
lie
2
to you.
days to figure out if Pearsall's going to play.
I will be judging him a little bit off of his availability. I want to see how close he came to it.
We always
If I
say
see
it,
that he
the
was
best ability is
practice-
availability.
yeah,
If he's out, if he's not practicing at all and he doesn't play, fine. If he's limited during this week again and doesn't play,
right. So
I'm over
that's
it.
what I was gonna say. If you're out
And
there,
what I
out there,
mean
out
by
there, and they're
get
just
him-
gone.
yeah. What I mean by get him the fuck off the team, that's like being a little bit hyperbolic, but it's just like I'm gonna look at him in a little bit lesser light. His talent is fantastic. He's clearly a very skilled, the best wide receiver that we have on the team right now. Clearly, he's the best route runner. He creates separation. He's fast enough. He's got great hands, catches just about everything that comes his way. But like the best ability is availability, and he has been on and off all season, and it's frustrating.
I think I would be.
We got two
in
more
the
super
same
chats to
boat
talk about.
If it was like multiple injuries throughout the year, then I'd be like, yeah, this guy can't stay healthy. But it's like it's been the same one, and then that ankle when it happened like simultaneously on that fucking hip drop tackle where he sprained his ankle
see the
and
leg go,
re-aggravated the PCL.
At a certain point, though, you got to be like, all right, shut it down, dude.
There's
Because
two more
if you're
super
doing
chats
this-
that we should get to.
It's just
Yeah.
like the same thing over and over again. At the very least, again, this partially is on the team's medical staff for
Two
not being
more?
like, yeah, you're done.
This
Yeah,
one,
this
Mike?
one here.
Okay.
Yeah, that was one.
Sean-
I'm just gonna play this.
Are you talking about Glass Pearsall? Trash icon. By the way, he's still the 49ers' best receiver when healthy.
Oh, 100%.
Sean again. Glass Pearsall is Zach's man crush. It's okay. Memba Mike's was Witherspoon. Haha. Matt's possibly Tardy, and me, Boats and Hose. Hose, Boats, and Hose. I don't know who that is. Mike, do you know who that is?
Me.
Hose,
What?
Boats, and Hose.
I don't know. I don't know what that is. Sean, you got to text me and tell me what that means. I have no idea what that means, bro.
By the way, when he got shot, prior to that, he was dealing with a shoulder injury, and somehow getting shot cured his shoulder injury.
Well, what was like OTAs, you know, like.
I'm just saying.
Well, now they can go in there and surgically fix it just because they want to. They said that's a Step Brothers reference, but that still doesn't tell me who.
Right, what player is he talking about? I don't know what player he's
Where the
talking
hell?
about.
I don't even know where my phone is. I get so into these shows, like I sign out of the rest of the world. I don't even know where my phone is.
Trey Area 49. They're off on Victory Mondays, which means they should have been practicing. LOL.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna talk all this shit about Ricky, and he's gonna play, and he's gonna play well, and then next season he'll play
120 and 2 tutties, right? Like you're gonna be like, fuck.
and then next season he's gonna have 118 catches for like 1,700 yards. And
That's what.
Right.
Well, I mean, we can all agree he was on pace for like a fucking great season before he got hurt.
Yep.
He was like leading the NFL or top 3 in receiving yards. Like he was looking.
I
elite.
distinctly remember, and I think Mike, you might have even scoffed at it prior to the season. I predicted Ricky Pearsall would have a 1,000-yard season. But
I was right.
Guys, we all get the Boats and Hose reference. We all get the reference. We just don't know what player that he's referring
Right, we don't
to
know
by
what
that.
player he was referring to. He said his favorite player. So yeah. Oh,
All right,
Jesus.
that's gonna do it for
These
tonight.
guys.
Sean, bullets
Oh
do
my
that,
God, he's
Matt.
still going. Like, what the hell are we talking about? I don't know what the sound effects.
cure
are.
shoulder injuries.
I guess so. I guess so.
I could probably use one then because my right shoulder's all fucked up these days.
Mike, let the folks know where to find you. I'm sure they already know where to find premium Niners content.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to be trying to go live tomorrow night. So you guys head on over to Patreon. It's only going to be on Patreon. Patreon.com/NB9ERS. You see it right here. Make sure you guys go there. Patreon.com/NB9ERS. If you want to catch this live, any paid tier is fine. The $1 tier is still active. And by the way, I want to let you guys know we're in the postseason. It's there right now. For the postseason, you only have to be subscribed to the $1 tier or higher to do the live game watch. It's on everyone's TV, $1 tier or higher. But after the postseason is over for the 49ers, the $1 tier will be no more. It's going to go away. So I apologize for those of you who are going to miss it. You're going to have to subscribe to a higher tier, and there may be some changes to the actual amount of tiers that we have anyway. But Patreon.com/NB9ERS. Please, guys, head on over there. I am looking forward to bringing you guys this exclusive show there. And if you are not already, become a member of Nothing But Niners. I'm not talking about following, but we also have a members page there as well. And you don't have to be a part of the Patreon, but you can do it over on YouTube, and you get some of the same content there and a couple of exclusives there as well. So youtube.com/NothingButNiners, and then you become a member.
Damn right. We're going to have some great shows planned for you guys this offseason, by the way. We're not there yet. And just because they came into our chat, we're going to put belt to ass to the Eagles this weekend.
Let's go.
But
let's go.
Once after February, when somebody is crowned the champion of this season, we have some great shows planned for you guys. We're going to get into the draft. We're going to get into predictions. We're going to get into reactions. We're going to get into all that shit. And you guys aren't going to want to miss a single minute of it. Even if you come and hate on the show, we appreciate you because you have nothing better to do, clearly. So hit like, hit subscribe, hop in the chats every show. We go live during the season twice a week, at off season once a week. So you guys won't miss it. Matt, please do us the honors.
Yeah, tough one. Tempers are high, expectations are low. We'll see what happens. We're going to come back with the preview show later in the week, but let's just put this stinky one behind us and get ready for the playoffs. Thank you guys for joining us here tonight. It was a wonderful show. I love it when we kind of, disagree with each other. I like today? I like that me and Zach didn't agree, because me and Zach always agree. And it was nice to actually have a little bit of a friendly little
right. Yeah.
No, it was great. But thank you guys for joining us. We couldn't do this without you. So for Mike, for Zach, for myself, let's go win a playoff game. We'll be back here for the preview. Until next time, go Niners.